One of the challenges with making weapon review videos is the fact that by nature, things will always change. This isn't a bad thing, and I'm definitely not complaining, but due to the way of balancing and how updates work for video games, all of my videos will eventually become outdated. So today we're actually going to be taking a look back through the past episodes of the Armory to see what has changed. This also gives me a bit more time to play with the EMP submachine gun, which is the next weapon I will be covering next week. I just haven't had enough time with the weapon yet due to school, and it wouldn't feel right doing a weapon review on a gun I only have about 100 kills with. That being said, let's start taking a look at what has changed for all of the weapons we've covered so far. My name is Shadox, and welcome to the Armory. First up was the December 10th patch, and in this update the GEWEHR 1-TAC5 was buffed. Previously it had a 24 maximum damage, and this was increased to 25.1. In addition to this, all assault rifles, LMGs, and SMGs had their 4-hit kill range increased to 10 meters. This was a huge improvement for the STG-15, as it went from a 358 millisecond time to kill minimum to a 269 milliseconds, from 5 bullets to kill down to 4. Overall, this made the STG-15 a solid choice for close quarters, and those of you who find the 1907 SF a bit difficult to use, I would highly recommend giving the STG-15 a second chance. The next update was on January 13th, and this included two main changes for our weapons. First was the SUOMI. The reload times when not using extended mag were extremely long and didn't fit the weapon's extreme CQB nature. So the tactical reload was reduced from 2.5 seconds to 2.3, and the empty reload time from 3.75 to 3.45. They are still a bit long, but this should really help out the aggressive medics. The SUOMI also had a buff to its recoil, reducing both the vertical and horizontal recoil so it could compete better with the Tommy gun. In addition to this, all submachine guns had their base spread reduced from 0.2 degrees to 0.15 degrees, allowing you to slightly extend the effective range on the medic weapons for more open maps. This update also brought a nerf to the GEWEHR 43, which had its minimum damage reduced from 35 to 33.5. Overall, this barely affects the weapon. It is still a 3-shot kill at all ranges, but what this did is make it a bit less lethal at extreme ranges on wounded targets that were between 67 and 70 health. Perhaps DICE found that too many people were in that health range, and so the G43 was nerfed as a result. But again, this change is extremely minor and the weapon is still a fantastic choice for all ranges. On January 28th, there weren't any weapon changes specifically, but this update brought in the reworked bipod mechanic. And those of you who remember my MG34 video will know that the bipod issues were my biggest complaint with the weapon. The changes from this patch made the bipods much easier to deploy and more reliable, which significantly improved the behavior of all bipoded weapons, but at least the MG34 is usable now. I still don't think it's a good choice to run with, as the support class has much better options for both aggressive and defensive playstyles, but at least the MG34 isn't crippled right out of the gate anymore. The next update on February 13th brought a buff to the 12G automatic. First, the slug with solid slug specialization will now 2-hit kill out to 30 meters. This was 25 meters previously. The 12G automatic will also 1-shot headshot kill out to 50 meters now, improved from 35. This was a step in the right direction, but it wouldn't be the last buff that this shotgun would receive. The February 13th patch also saw a nerf to the KE7, which had its vertical and horizontal recoil increased slightly, and the recoil pattern was changed up. This really doesn't have too much of an impact on most players, as the weapon is most often used as a close to mid-range assault rifle surrogate, but it does increase the difficulty in landing those long-distance shots, making other choices a bit more viable. Now we have the latest update, which was released on March 5th. We saw another round of buffs for the shotgun, this time affecting both buckshot and slugs. The buckshot max damage per pellet for the 12G auto was raised from 5 per pellet to 7.2, and the damage drop-off ranges were pushed out by 1 meter. So now, assuming you are running with the improved buckshot load, each pellet will deal 7.2 damage out to 11 meters, it'll drop from 7.2 to 3 damage at 12 meters, and then will drop from 3 to 2 damage per pellet out to 24 meters, where after that it will stay at 2 damage per pellet. This change will significantly improve the close quarter reliability of the 12-gauge automatic, as now you will only need to land 44% of your pellets to guarantee a kill, where it was 63% previously. Counterintuitively, you may actually find this weapon a bit more frustrating to use due to the rapid and severe damage drop-off at 11 meters, where afterwards it becomes useless once again. Just keep that in mind and try and stay within that 10-meter range as much as possible. The March 5th patch also fixed the recoil buffer specialization for the 1907, which was a bug that I actually found while researching for that episode. I sent the footage over to Drunksy and he got it fixed. Now, I might be gloating a bit here, but it's a pretty neat feeling seeing something that you found have a direct impact on the game. And with that, we are now caught up to the present day. I didn't cover all of the weapon changes, just the ones that apply to the weapons that I had already reviewed. Next week, we will be getting back on track with the Arma Machine and Pistol, which actually means that we are halfway through covering all of the launch weapons, and then we'll be getting into the new weapons that have been released. Thank you guys for the support. I know I've been struggling with video releases lately. School has just been hammering me, but I'm going to continue and trying to improve. I'll see you guys later this week. My name is Shadox, and I hope to see you on the battlefield.